cold beers and bonfires, Daisy Dukes and big mud tires. Rednecks living blue-collar dreams. Raise a glass up if you know what I mean. Some say we're the worst, some say we're the best, but you can bet your ass we ain't like the rest. Out here with the crickets and the frogs, sipping that shine, singing Hank songs like all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Burning out moonlight. Yeah, we're burning out moonlight. Cornfields, duck blinds, mud spinning from all four tires. Come home, a long day. I pick my baby up and it's time to play. Get a little gritty under the pale moon sky in the middle of the night. Some say we're the worst, some say we're the best, but you can bet your ass we ain't like the rest. Out here with the crickets and the frogs, sipping that shine, singing Hank songs like all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Burning out moonlight. But you can bet your ass we ain't like the rest. Out here with the crickets and the frogs, sipping that shine, singing Hank songs like all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Burning out that moonlight. Yeah, we're burning out moonlight. And I'm way past believing. Is there a chance for you and me in this best of century? I'm a train wreck over you, a one-way ticket to bad news. I'm a train wreck over you, crash and burn, we'll never learn. I'm a train wreck. Yes, I am. Ooh. Stop blowing all that smoke and talking the smack. We've heard it all before. We ain't going back. Right out the gate, yeah, the same old song. How long can this go on? I'm a train wreck over you, a one-way ticket to bad news. I'm a train wreck over you, crash and burn, we'll never learn. We'll never learn.
You seem pretty cool. Boy, was I a fool. Miss Queen, bitch.
taken this time after time after time, and those wounds, man, they never heal right. Been shaken and won't of the pain. That's all you'll hear in your brain. Will it all be okay if you fall back in limbo? I watch the way they take you in as I pour away your walk broken. I hate to relate to all your sin, so I won't be afraid of my nightmares again. You took all those years away to feed off the ones at bay. As you sit all alone with your fears, now you lay in a cell with your tears. Will it all be okay if you fall back in limbo? I watch the ways they take you in as I pour away your walls broken. I hate to relate to all your sin, so I won't be afraid of my nightmares again. Will it all be okay if you fall back in limbo? I watch the ways they take you in as I pour
If you're headed down to Florida on a vacation trip, there's a central location that you might want to skip. It's known as Polk County, where the shores are all hit. Once they pull your car over, take you down to the station, you might
okay. Be okay if you fall.
Oh my
9
goodness
a.m..
gracious. I am having one hell of a morning. Do you see that? It like
I
started
don't know.
all over again.
I
Good
don't know.
morning.
We're like 6 minutes in, and we're still waiting on the person that we're supposed to be doing the show with.
Misa Moon, listen,
You know,
the Wi-Fi.
all
I
that
got
with.
okay. Look,
Anyways, just while we're on the intern, just go ahead and check out our Patreon page. Yeah, let's do that. Patreon page. Go to patreon.com. Just search Bulls Radio Lounge, and you'll be able to find interviews. And we're going to put up some more stuff. Like Matt and I are planning a bit to where, yes, I am going to get into a dress. All right, and
are you really?
we're going to, shoot Matt the Savior with a couple of rounds of paintballs. And then we're going to put it up on our Patreon page. And if you go there, you could just sign up for like $5. It's not, listen, you spend more money on doing, going to McDonald's than you would, spending $5 here just to watch some crazy, stupid, bits. But it's worth it. I mean, because you're going to get, front of the line access to all of the crazy stuff that we do. Excuse me. Firsthand notifications. I mean, just everything. Like we have right up there the interview with Skylar Calico. She's from Tampa. She is a well-renowned model, Instagram model, Facebook model, OnlyFans model. I mean, she does it all. So that's up there. That's a good 26 minutes worth of great content.
Never even heard of. Who
So,
is she?
and like I said, we like to support local celebrities.
Do you see muted?
So here's the thing. Just go up there, go to patreon.com, search Bulls Radio Lounge, and you'll be able to see it right there under the header. It'll say, come get you some. And that way you can start getting some of the stuff that normal people that are on the YouTube cannot get. A lot of these good interviews. So just go there, spend $5. I guarantee you it's the best $5 you'll ever spend. And you'll get.
I don't know what's going on with that one because I am muted on that whole conversation. So let me see if I can't get his.
Hello.
Is that better?
Oh, fantastic. Finally, the satellites have hooked up, and you have brought upon this omnibus sort of aura that you have.
I am the Miss Aura. Don't.
Here's the thing, kiddo. Okay, show starts at 9:00.
First of all, this is my show.
Well, second of all, you
First,
said
when I started, and yes, I wrote you, and I had a little bit of issues, and yes, but I believe I was muted on your end. You were so doing a whole like spiel of like your advertisement on interviews.
Well, the reason why is because it's called filling in time. Okay.
Okay, but you were live on my.
I understand that, but here's the deal, kiddo, right? When you're blasting rock and roll music that's blaring out my board, like my board is literally going, oh my God, what the hell is she doing? And it's like,
look at her butt. It's so big.
And I'm like
rap guy.
So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, look, I can't even like plan the show with you because I got this goddamn music playing. For 30 minutes.
Misa Moon. Yes, it has to play for 30 minutes. That's the whole point of the show.
No, the whole point of the show is to talk like this, not to play rock and roll music.
No. The whole point of the show is to support local artists, which is what we do for 30 minutes before we start the live.
And okay, so that's fine. That's all great. But on my end. Could you not blare the music? That way I could talk to you and plan out the show.
You can't talk to me on here.
Oh, my.
I'm already live. I'm playing music for
Ah.
everybody. You can't talk to me. You have to talk to me on Messenger.
Okay, we're going to have to work something out with this one because, that's, yeah. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Okay.
I think you put your princess dress on this morning.
When you yell at me for not being live at 9 o'clock and then you're not live at fucking 9 o'clock, what the hell do you want me to do?
I wasn't yelling. I was
exactly
politely correcting.
Okay. The person's been doing it for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. I mean, 20 years could still take, so slightly politely correcting from somebody that's only been doing it a year.
Right. That way you play 30 minutes of music, but you can't talk to the person that you're supposed to do the show with.
I am right now.
Well, now you are, but I'm saying pre-show. Come on, get with the
Well, we're not going to spend the next 15 minutes bitching. So
That's all part of the gig, man. That's all builds up people to talk about. They go, oh, wow, Bull was bitching about this. Christine Osmond was bitching about that. It's going to make a great show.
It is a great show. It's always a great show.
Exactly. Thank you.
Especially with you, Bull.
So we're finally live with Christine Osment, and this is the let me correct my screen because I didn't flip it over from the title screen because I was too. Anyways, we won't get into that mess again. So we're on the air with her. Show starts at 9 o'clock. It's the Bulls Radio Takeover, Bulls Radio Lounge Takeover on Osment Entertainment. Which the interview that we have set up for you, which probably about 9:30, I think, you're going to be in the hot seat.
I'm going to be in the hot seat.
You are going to be in the hot seat. I have done this many of times. I have been on, if you don't know who I am, my name is Bull. I have been in regular radio for a number of years. I have been in the hot seat with the host of, a number 2 market in Tampa. And it's very sweating. I can tell you that I was really sweating in those times because you don't realize how many people you're talking to. So, Miss Osment, you are going to be in the hot seat today.
I am.
And we are going to get a little bit more to know you and who you are because a lot of these listeners, especially on my end, they have no idea who you are. They have no idea what you do. And I think it'd be good to actually inform them about, what it is and who you are. So I hope that, it doesn't get too emotional or personal or whatever, but welcome to the club.
I'm an open book. So.
Unfortunately, I'm not. So. I
think I'm not too scared. I think your borderlines. I think that you're yeah. We'll just go there. That's it.
Pretty much. No, I'm good with interviews. Like I said, I do a lot better with back and forth than on my own. And I've always been like that. But a lot of times, like, people like to hear, like, where you come from, like how you started, the personal side of what you do.
Right.
Like with me, it's pretty simple. I wake up, I eat, I take a shit, and then I do their show. That's pretty much my life. So it's good to have that sort of background and to know, your audience to know who you are. Because if they don't know who you are, then they're not going to spend the money on the product.
That's right.
Wow. One of the listeners, I was like, hey, look, we're going live. If you like listen, they go, why? If you want to.
Sure.
Wow.
Ew.
I was like, hey, we're going live in minutes. If you like to listen, why? My bad. All right. Jesus Christ. It's before we get into that, I mean, it was funny because I was talking last night with Matt the Savior on the show, So, and we were talking about this whole society and this world that's changing over the years, i.e., it's changing like the way we talk, the way we breathe, the way we communicate with each other, all that, you know. And one of the things that was brought up to me the other day was from another person that went to a job, you know, and they were talking about how they should talk and pronouns and stuff like that about for transgender people, like how they should talk to them or approach them or classify them, if you will, if there is a segregated, you know, population. I don't even know how we're doing this now, but basically, you know, the guy was like, I'm sorry, I used the wrong pronouns and talking to you. Like, he wasn't using, like, all right, for example, for you, obviously you're a female, and
Right.
if you decided to change between male and female or female and male, right? And let's
Right.
say you look like a male, but there's no distinct features that you look like a female, because let's get real, most of the time today, these people are switching, you can't even tell. You know, you can't tell if they're really a male or a female, you know,
Why
just
does
by
it
the
matter?
looks. But that's my point. My point is this. So then the situation, it was like there's two other people. One had nothing to do with it. The other person was like, hey, how are you, Christine? How are you? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. You know, yada, yada. And then they got mad, told their superior. They got in trouble for harassment, all because they didn't use the proper pronouns.
Well, first of all, you can't expect everybody to know who you are just by first glance.
Agreed.
And that's ridiculous. I mean, if you're gonna change yourself and you want people to respect you or, you know, talk to you in a certain manner, then that is your job as a person to stand up and be like, okay, this is how I want to be, da 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 da. You don't go to someone else and be like, it's like snitching, you know what I mean? It's like a tattletale.
Well,
Like,
and I agree with that, but the problem is that these newer, I say this like a new car, these newer generation people that are you know coming out, and especially when the parents, I feel it all goes back to parenting. If you could not parent yourself in a way, like everybody parents differently, okay?
that's right.
And I'm not here to judge whether however you know, discipline or whatever you do with your kids. That's not my deal. All right.
Right.
That's none of my business unless you're like beating the child. Then
Right.
it becomes a small line. So anyways, in this regard, we're teaching our kids, you know, back in the day, it used to be you play a baseball game and you win or you lose. Right.
Right.
So these kids that are like, oh my God, I'm not winning first place. What am I going to do? I'm so mad at myself. And the parents are going, oh, it's okay, little Johnny. You could cry. It's okay if you didn't make first place. We'll just buy you fries anyways. It's like, really? What is that teaching the child?
That winning's not everything.
Well, winning, especially in this scenario, winning is everything, because if we don't cater to the sympathy and not be parents and sit there and go, sorry, little Johnny, you lost. Better luck next time, kid. I mean, come on, really. I mean, it sounds a little crass, but I mean, really, that's the way it was back then. And now it's like, let me hold your diaper, let me do this, and there you go. And if you say something, you get shunned for saying something.
I think that there is a huge borderline between both of those. You know, you can emotionally be there for your child. You don't have to give them everything, no. But emotionally being there and buying them the fries anyway, I mean, I could see that. But then there's a difference. You know, you don't coddle them and let them not get hurt. You know, explaining to them that getting hurt is a part of life. And, you know, it teaches us lessons. What did you learn from that pain? Why are you disappointed? You know, what can you do next time to make it better? You know, those are the questions that people are not asking. They're just coddling them because, one, they don't want to take the time to emotionally get involved with their children, so they're just buying them things and putting them off. That is why people go into being seeking other avenues to find themselves. And yes, men can, transgender just as well as females, but that's because that's something within them that's missing. Has absolutely nothing to do with anybody else. And I think that that's where people get kind of screwed and turn around, is that they're so worried about everybody else on this planet that they're not worried about their self and what's going on at home. You can be worried about Joe Blow Smo wearing a dress down the way. But in reality, your baby in the back room is probably needing you a hell of a lot more. So stop worrying about the guy in the dress and stop worrying about how you have to explain to your kids about the guy in the dress, because people express themselves in different ways.
And I agree with that.
If my brother wore a skirt and painted his nails in high school, that doesn't make him gay. That was just in the big Kurt Cobain time.
But again, that was a different time.
That was a different.
So it was acceptable back then. Nowadays, if you do that, and this is my point, again, it goes all the way back down to parenting. All right. It all goes all the way back down for you yourself deciding if it's really worth it to actually start a whole big whodunit. Because 9 times out of 10, again, let's say that you were transitioning and I go, hey, Christine, how are you? You look great, blah, blah, blah. And then you go, well, I'm a man. Okay, well, that wasn't my point. I was just saying you look great. You look good. You look glowing. I'm giving you compliments, right? And then you turn around and go, well, now I'm suing you for whatever. Well, why?
Could you imagine being in a spot and being picked on left and right and left and right and left and right and left and right and being bullied left and right, left and right, left and right? And then, yes, sometimes people, and you never know. That's the thing is you never know what number person you were in that person's spot. You don't know if that person that day could have went to the gas station, got called a fucking, whatever, and then left the gas station, went and got coffee at the little cafe, and then the old lady in the corner looked at her and made an ugly sound. She finally gets to work, and then you meet up with her and say a compliment.
But here's I know where you're going with this, and I've heard that story many times from different people.
Very true.
Different sexes, different transgendering, whatever. Okay. Here's my back thought with that. You are your own person.
That is right.
And if you allow this stuff, like for example, okay, let's just say for me, I don't look like a fucking model, an underwear model that you see on the street. I'm not ripped. I've got a lot of muscle to me because I worked out a lot in high school and stuff like that and played football. But I'm not like I could not take off my shirt and have like 30 girls go, oh my God, look at those abs, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But I'm not fat.
I mean, you could.
But here's the thing. If I sat there and paid attention to every single syllable everybody is saying, I wouldn't leave my house. Okay? Here's my thought. I don't care. If you don't like what I look like, I don't care. Am I going to sit there and throw a fit about it because you used the wrong pronouns? No.
No.
Because what's the logic in it? What's the logic of making a big stink?
Right, but you're getting bullied is not as intense as.
And I understand that, but then again, you have to decide what's intense and what's not intense. If you're going to get so upset over somebody calling you fat, then you need to look at yourself and go, you know what? What do I need to change?
Why does it bother me this much?
Right, exactly. Because that's the whole society. What bothers them the most? Okay. The reason why we're talking about it is because it's in the news. Do I have a passion for it? Sure. Do I think it's right? No. Okay. But if everybody would stop fucking worried about everybody else and what, like, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're transgendered. I don't care what you do, okay, in your sex life. If you want to screw 30 people at one time, by God, go do it. I don't care. Okay.
You've seen it before, folks. Oh.
I don't know, because I don't, because that does not, to me, that does not make a person. What makes a person is respect
That is
and how they deem themselves. I mean,
how they treat other people.
right. We sit there, we all bleed the same blood. I don't care if you're black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever. Okay? Whatever culture you come from, whatever society you come from, if you come from the Himalayas, we all bleed the same blood. Our views might be different, but we all bleed the same blood. So why can't we just sit there and go, you know what? You're transgendering. Cool. No big deal. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. You know, that's your choice. But don't get upset when somebody uses the wrong phrase because they don't know. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any logically sense.
You are correct.
You know, and that's the point, is that these people nowadays that are growing up in this generation are so sensitive, okay, to every little thing. It's just that's why we're having so many problems in this world, as in like bombings, as in fires, as in riots, as in whatever. That's why. Is
Right.
because we're so fucking super sensitive that we can't sit there and go, you know what? I don't give a like. If you were gay, I wouldn't care.
I mean, yeah, but then again, in the long run, it's still going to be survival of the fittest.
Well,
Like,
of course,
even though-
life is always survival of the fittest. You're still going to
Okay.
have the naive people and the dumbass people and the people who want to sit there and just do whatever just to do whatever. But you still, as a person, you have to filter that out. Again, I go back to say, if I use the wrong pronoun in approaching you, why do you get so offensive of that? Okay, if we're working together or whatever the case may be, you know, does it really matter? I mean, if I call you a he and you're really a she, does it really bother you that much? Like, are you going to lose sleep over that? I mean, maybe that's my way of thinking, you know, but I don't know. I'm just saying that I wouldn't lose sleep over so. Even if I've been picked on for most of my life because I was, you know, fat and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, call me fat. Who cares? All right? Like, what have you done? You know,
I think there just needs to be a lot more self-love, because, you know, if you loved yourself, you really wouldn't care what other people think. If
and that's
you took
understandable.
care of the inside, and maybe, you know, instead of getting pissed off, you know, maybe looking at that person and being like, you know, I don't know why this bothers you so much, but if you'd like to talk about it, here's my number. I'm available.
It
like-
really shouldn't be that way.
Tierney, right, but like, you know, people are selfish, right? And so
yes.
growing up in a home, like I grew up with a single mom, and my mom did the very best that she could, and I didn't see it that way for the longest time, right? I seen that I was being ignored, I seen that I was this, I was that, right? But my mom had 4 of us, so, you know, she did what she could mentally and physically the best way that she could.
Right.
And so, you know, I think, you know, people have a hard time, you know, developing how they feel about a certain situation. And if you show more love in this world, instead of being like, I wonder why that asshole did that, like, that's fucking stupid. Like, and maybe trying to take the time to get to understand maybe why, you know, why was this person so heated? Why was this happening?
Well, it's very simple. If you get heated over something like that and you're the person getting heated, then
Right.
again, I ask the question, why are you getting heated?
Why are
If
you so
don't-
mad?
Right. If you don't care, if you don't
People
sit
don't
there
ask that question. People don't ask that question. They
Right.
just sit there and they shut up and they walk away and they think, oh, he's an asshole. He's a dickhead.
Right.
No, you should say, why does that bother you so bad? Because one, you're showing yourself as a dominant person who is, one, either emotionally put together or well held up. And if you're going to judge someone for being ugly towards you, maybe you should take the time to understand what's going on in their world before conducting the comment of asshole.
And I agree with you on that. And here's my follow up. If that person's going to do something like that, again, they should really look at themselves and go, is it really worth starting an argument over that? Like in the 3 seconds it takes to spit out a good comeback.
Right.
You could have took those 3 seconds and go, is it really worth it? Like, for example, you have dreads. I can see that you have dreads. I particularly don't care for dreads because of the fact that I know medically if you don't take care of it, blah, 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 yada, yada. Now, do I care that you have dreads? No. Okay. Is that your own deal? Yes. Okay.
Do I get nasty looks when I walk in a building by an old lady because I have dreads? Yes.
Oh, well,
do
so
I get
what?
looked at differently and acted like I'm a certain race because I have dreads? Yes. Do I give a fuck? No.
No.
You want
But
to
are
know
you going to start anything?
because I like them. And no, I'm not going to, see, the thing of it is everybody starts something. Everybody has a shitty date. Everybody throws out a rude comment that they probably shouldn't have said and wishes maybe they could have took it back. Or you have, you again have to put, but what did Karen go through before? I mean, now if
listen,
you're just
I
a person just waking up in the morning trying to piss excellence and just bitch at everybody when you first wake up in the morning, then yeah, you deserve every bit of karma that you get. But also it is very important just to take the time to understand, I have a slew of people that I work with in our interviews, and we have everyone is in control of what they like to do and when they like to do it. Now, you get a whole bunch of people who like to run the show come together, and we all do very great together. But sometimes, and I'm not picking on anybody, not throwing anything, but sometimes even myself, I get to a bitchy mode because I like things a certain way, right? But it's very important for me to take time to understand why the people underneath me that are helping me are acting the way they are. And also very important for vice versa, for them to understand why I act the way that I do. Everybody can act a certain way and throw out shady real instant like bite backs, but to take the time and to understand someone as a human and maybe their emotional aspect. Hey, you know what, her boyfriend just broke up with her 2 weeks ago and never could have known. Mom could have been calling the transgender guy a waste of space, a demon. Something's wrong with
breather.
You know what I mean? Something could have happened that morning that triggered that person to throw out that negative shade.
But then again, having said that, and I agree with you on everything that you said, but then again, it goes back to saying, why is it going to, if everything else is bothering you so much, then, you should really just sort of, again, look back and figure out if it's really worth anything that today's generation is doing. Is it really worth getting upset about? I.e., when I was at the BRN, I gave a GoPro to Clarice. That was her stage name. Her and Batman was going to the Green Day concert in Georgia. So I'm like, and this is after we did the BRN. BRN. It was a fight. It was a boxing fight in the studio.
Right.
Between me, Caveman, and Trace. I think there was another guy in there too. I can't remember who the guy was. He might have been an intern. But anyways, so we got out of there, and I was going over the GoPro for them, and she goes, "Oh, I know how to do it." I'm like, "Well, I haven't even started." She goes, "Oh, no, I know how to do it." And then I got a call about 3 hours later. How do you start the GoPro? It's like, and it's stuff like that. It's like, this generation is moving so far in that direction that we cannot spiral out of it. We're going to be like the Purge. We're going to be sitting there destroying ourselves before we can even fix ourselves. And the way to fix ourselves is stop being so goddamn emotional.
Or maybe just be in control of your emotions.
Again, that goes along with stop being so goddamn emotional. If you've got a job to do, stop worrying about what everybody else is fucking saying. Because in the long run, is it really gonna keep you up at night? It's like the statue that we did it was in downtown Tampa. It was some Civil War statue that was probably like about 5 feet tall or so, right? It was in the sort of corner front of the Tampa courthouse in here in downtown Tampa. Well, when that whole debacle went through, okay, and I get it, I understand where they're coming from, but the movement, right, wanted the statue gone, eliminated. Because apparently people that walked by there, and mind you, I've been here for all of my life, and I've been to the courthouse or driven by the courthouse many times. I've never even seen this statue. Okay? But these people wanted, the mob wanted to take it out like it was a plague. And I'm thinking, and the main person who's doing it is like, listen, does it really bother you that much that you're losing? I mean, there's more stuff in this world and everybody's life to worry about than fucking a statue. That's what I don't get about the society that we live in is why
people are passionate about what they're passionate about. Again, understanding, going back to that same key. Why does that statue bother you so bad?
Who, me?
No.
Oh, okay.
The other people, why does it bother you so bad? I mean, but then again, we do live in a world full of fucking cattle. If Mary comes over and says, hey, them curtains are really nice blue. I really like those fucking curtains. I'm going to get me some blue curtains. Why? Because she went to so-and-so Miss Sally's house and saw the blue curtains, and now she has to have the curtains, right? It's all in reality of play-by-play. If the people, they don't take the time to understand themselves. They'd much rather follow other people. So then that way they don't have to make a decision.
That's true.
Or to understand their emotions or their self or their own.
At this age, I think that going off that, if you're going to start developing or classifying your emotions at this particular age, you need to rethink your life. Because at this age, you should be already developing your emotions and keeping them in check. Yes, mind you, there's anxiety, and I get that because I'm dealing with it now. But nevertheless, you still should have some self-control.
Everybody has their own path line. They learn their lessons when they're supposed to, and some people don't learn them until they're 62, and some people never even put forth the effort to even look at them.
And that's the problem. I'm learning them as we speak. At 42.
Well, I mean, 37 over here, baby, and I'm still learning every single day of my life.
All right, let's take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to dive deep into Christina Osment and figure out what she's all about, just for you, the viewers. And don't forget that interview is going to be on Patreon as well, so you can subscribe to about $5 to get all that and more. Don't go away. A lot more next. It's the Bulls takeover of Christina Osment. Osment Entertainment. Be back in a minute. Don't go away.
Go again.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. You just don't get it, no, you just don't get it. We shout to the sky, swallow, choke, and die. No one will beat us in the air. We shout to the sky, swallow, choke, and die. No one will beat us in the air.
Are you there, sir? Oh, no, he's not back yet. I'll wait for him to get back in. Cup of coffee. Good morning, guys. How are you? Guess I should give a couple updates. No, I guess. Where's he at? Oh, hi, Kitty. How are you? Let's not do that. Go down this way. I know, Ma. Let's see. Guess I should let him know I'm back, huh? I wonder. Huh. Okay. Hold on, he's muted. Oh, I guess he's still gone, so give us just a couple more minutes. He should be returning any minute. But for those of you that do not know, we will be out at Plan B Bar on the 10th, which is the second Friday of March. And we will be doing an interview with Banjo Steve. Banjo Steve is a local guy who is very amazing on the banjo. Anyway, we are going to be meeting up with him at noon at Plan B Bar and Grill in Lake Alfred to be doing a in-person acoustic interview with we will be sitting down with lunch for him. So if you guys are interested in coming out, please just let me know. Also, Osment Entertainment Team, if you guys are interested in coming out to do and have lunch with us over there at Plan B, please send me a message and let me know too as well. Anywho, we on that the 10th, that's the 10th on Friday at noon. And then we also have the 26th. The 26th of March, we have Structured Sound. We will be doing a interview with them out at Leo's Live in Lakeland. Tickets are now available for that. So if you need to check into the tickets and stuff, please contact me. The tickets will be here on the 7th, and they are pick up at door. So you will pay for your ticket, get on a VIP list, and then you will get your ticket when you arrive at the event. So I will send an invoice for each ticket that is purchased. Unfortunately, the tickets are not refundable. So if you do purchase the ticket, please make sure you are there because we do need all the support that we can get for our artists in the local area. Structured Sound is a new a new band that is up and coming. They're a group of guys that met at church, a very amazing group of people. And, you know, I just want to be able to share with you guys what I see in them, as not only people, but artists too, as well. Structured Sound has sponsored Osment Entertainment since Music for Mamas. So they are, you know, have been behind me and everything that I do since then. And I just kind of want to show them the same respect towards that too, as well. Let's see if I think that's full. Hold on one sec. One second. Okay, guys, Bull's going to try to come back on, so just give me 1 second to connect with him, okay? Okay, so I'm going to wait for Bull to... There you are.
I was on mute. How about that?
I told you.
Christine, are you there?
I am. Can
No,
you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
You can't.
You know, there's no audio.
Why not?
There's no audio coming from you.
Oh, I'm unmuted, so...
Now, hold on. Maybe I can do something here. Hold on. Stand by.
Ooh, he took his whole self out. How about that? So, unfortunately, we lost connection with Facebook. So, we did reconnect. So, unfortunately, there will be 2 videos on that. Just go back to the profile, reload it up, and then you can select. So, then that way you can continue to watch the interview. Again, deeply sorry about that, but Facebook only allows us to stay on for a certain amount of time. It will reload itself here in just a minute. Are you there?
Are you there?
Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you. Wait, no, I have a mute. Okay, there you go. You there now?
Yes, I am.
All right. I had to go talk with Sonic for a minute and kind of give him a 1-2 combination.
A 1-2 combination. Did you feed him?
No, I kind of yelled at him. Said, "Get your ass in line, you stupid fucking hedgehog." It's like, we're live, god damn it.
I mean, yeah, we're live. I'm over here on camera like, okay, I guess he's coming back. I don't know.
I was trying to figure it out because it really wasn't Sonic's fault. It's actually my fault. I actually muted your channel on here on my board because, you know, the rock music was sort of pulverizing on my eardrums.
Bull's all fancy, has a board and everything. Osment over here is just using a laptop. So,
it's okay. We can fix that. There's a way to fix that. All right?
There's always a way.
We'll get that taken care of. Don't worry about that. All right? So, we have on the phone, obviously, Christine Osment from Osment Entertainment. she's been doing this for over almost about a year. She's just getting her feet wet, so don't be too harsh on her. When I was doing the radio back in the old, before USF, doing it on Skype with Matt the Savior back in the day, I had to get my feet wet somehow, and I had to learn hard of how to produce and stuff like that. So she's doing a good job. She's bringing on bands. She's getting her name out there. She's
Thank you.
getting a whole lot of different. This is the intro, so you don't really want to talk. So this is, she's producing a lot of stuff for a lot of bands, some of which these local bands don't appreciate much of what she does because, again, a lot of bands, they really don't. There's like probably about 5% of bands that really do appreciate it, but most of them are prima donnas anyways. So in any case, she's been working hard, slaving away, trying to get this stuff worked out, trying to get this all done while dealing with a madhouse of whatever's going on in her studio. On the phone right now is Christina Osment from Osment Entertainment. How are you this morning?
I'm doing really fancy. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm awake. I've started on my second monster, and I'm pretty good.
Those are really bad for you.
I've heard that for years, but here I sit, still drinking them.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta get off them.
It's that stubborn human thing. I think we were just talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Mind you, this sort of started like before I had my surgery. I wasn't really into too much monsters, or whatever. So
Right.
after my surgery, for some reason, my mind kicked over like, hey, we need to get fucking juiced up and start taking these monsters. And lo and behold, 2 years later, here we are, still drinking the monsters. So
Ta-da.
it's interesting. I'm looking at your Facebook. We're talking to Christina Osment from Osment Entertainment. You have a unicorn with
do.
vomiting rainbow with a paganistic sign on the ass of the pony and a third eye which I think is a hookah at the lower right side of the pony.
That's a bottle of poison.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. All wrapped in sort of this Illuminati triangle on her Facebook page, which sort of begs the question, are you a part of the Illuminati?
No, actually, it basically is just a symbol of you are powerful, right? Like you got the unicorn throwing up. It's not just throwing up; she's throwing up a rainbow.
Obviously,
right. So you drink the poison from everyone around you, and you think it's colorful until you realize your third eye, which is your intuition and who you are genuinely as a person and what you want out of life, instead of what everyone else wants for you.
Can I tell you what my third eye says?
Good morning.
No, it's time to go to the bathroom. That's what it says.
That's why we just took our break.
It's like, listen,
you had too much monster.
Yeah, listen, this whole talk about, whatever, it's all great and everything, but it's like, oh God, I don't know what to do. So you've been doing this for about a year, and obviously you've had your ups and downs, because obviously you can't do this without having ups and downs. But what is the most crucial thing that you've learned so far? Like top of your head, like for me, the most crucial thing that I've learned is that how to produce, how to keep the show running, how to keep the show, going along. So in those aspects for you, because a lot of the stuff you're going through, I've already been through, okay, and I'm still going through them to this day. So like for you, like what was the biggest challenge that you've had starting this?
The biggest challenge or what I've learned so far?
Well, both. Learn and challenge at the
So
same time.
Okay. Well, I'll combine them.
Okay.
So the biggest challenge so far is kind of just, again, the third eye, dealing with myself and growing as a person, and realizing what I want matters, but also realizing that I can't do it alone. I've done, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've realized, is, I'm such a control freak that I'm always because I'm a single mom. I'm used to doing things alone. I'm used to conquering things alone. So when I have to share them or, have people with me, it makes me feel responsible for said people.
Okay.
So I think that's the biggest thing is learning how to one accept criticism politely and working with others to make what we do happen.
And do you get a lot of criticism? Like for me, throughout the years, like I said, I used to work for I believe it was number 2 market in the Tampa market here in Tampa, and so I got a lot of criticism about how I talk, how I speak, how my voice is degrading, and I should shoot myself and stuff like that, and all that good jazz. Now, if somebody were to like say something like that to you, would you sort of take that as like a piece of advice, or just sort of like with me, just go, "Wow, you really don't know what you're talking about," but okay, cool, we'll acknowledge it for now, you know?
I pick my people very 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 carefully.
I'm just
So
saying the fans, not
right. Well, I mean, they can always judge and bring in. Everyone's going to have their own opinion.
of course.
Everyone is going to think, Christy, you should have left the dreads out. Christy, you should do this. You should play more this. You should do this. You should, everyone. It's just like having a band. You go in and they're going to be like, oh, well, you should play this song. You should do it this way. You should do this way. That's not. I mean, yes, but my criticism, the one that I open the gates to take, it
The
is
ones by me.
normally normally the ones that are closest to me. Like if I have something in the business that I need to address. I have, my CCO. She is an amazing person, and we see things differently, and she can give me an eye where I don't have one. Paul Bryan, he's my productions guy. Anytime I'm being an asshole or I have a certain view and I need someone else's thing, sometimes I'll ask him. There's people that are closest, or even my mother, for instance. My mother is like a spit chew of me, or I am of her. Our attitudes are very much the
Did you
same.
say a spit chew?
A spit chew, like that
Okay.
apple didn't fall very far from the
Right,
tree. She
okay.
could have
It's a different
spit me
take on it,
out.
but
It's
yeah.
a spit chew. She spit me out, literally. So like, but my mama, she is one that holds no judgment. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
no judgment there, but she ain't afraid to give it to you as raw comes. And I like that. And yes, does it piss me off? Does it take me to a different level? Yes, but I have to figure out why it does that. That's what I'm really learning.
So like your trigger word, basically, or trigger, whatever.
Right.
it is.
Why
Yeah.
does that bother me so bad when she says it that way? Or, why am I conducting myself in this manner? Because, people they react all on like repetitiveness, right? So like you were taught a certain way when you were young, so you reacted like, okay, my mom had 4 kids. I never thought or felt like I was being paid attention to. So like one of the last events that I had, it really didn't go so well, and I felt like I was performing and nobody was watching. Now, why do I feel that way inside? Because of past issues that I've gone through, so addressing that in the proper manner and in a healthy manner, and trying to say, okay, well, I know I don't want to act this way. So how do I fix it? How do I get on a different?
Right. So let me ask you this then. Dealing with all this and what you just said, right, which makes sense.
Right.
Do you ever like get to, like, I know I've gotten to many different points in my career. Even when I was with the BRN, I had a meltdown on that show too. Like, is it worth doing? Like all this production, all this work that I'm doing, is it worth doing? And with you saying, even with what the experiences that you've been raised with, right? Do you think that sort of makes you a little bit more compassionate, or a little bit more sort of emotional, because a lot of times this stuff psychologically brings up a lot of emotional trauma from the past. The way you act, the way you do things. Like for me, I had a lot of problems with my parents. Just the way they disciplined me and stuff like that.
Right.
So, like you said, I'm getting very cultured to do, like, for example, like we discussed, humorously about being live on the air, and then you playing the rock music so loud that I couldn't even prep with you.
Right.
That's the sort of idiosyncrasies that I have that I've picked up and I've learned. Not because I'm being an ass or because of my childhood, but because the fact of that's what I've, like you said, sort of conditioned to do. But for you, does it bring up sort of like an emotional state when you have situations like what you just had with the production that fell through and stuff like that? And how do you deal with stuff like that?
Yes, I so do. Matter of fact, our last show, I pretty much was like, no, I'm never doing this again. And the reasoning is, you put forth so much effort into something, and the appreciation sometimes. I mean, I'm not saying that the appreciation was not there, because it was there by the band.
Well, we're not speaking in specifics. We're just
No.
in general. Like for me, I've had times where people have told me numerous amounts of times of how bad or how good my work is.
Right.
And I take the bad with the good. I learn from what happened before, and I change what I'm going to do next.
I mean, there's a lot of people that could see negative on me. I mean, in a lot of different forms. And starting something like this in such a small town, everyone is going to have their thoughts on it. Everyone is going to throw shade or either be like, "Oh, you're doing really awesome job." The reason why I started doing what I was doing is, one, I went from meaningless job to meaningless job. I was the bartender. I did the construction. I've done man jobs. I've done female jobs. I was an EMT. I rode in the back of a, ambulance for 3 years, worked at a medical receptionist for another 3 years in North Carolina. I mean, I've done other things. I know how to do other things, but my passion has always been music. Since I was a little girl, has always been music. And, when I sang, my mom would be like, stop singing. That's annoying. So I always, and she really didn't know what she was doing back then. The words that she was throwing at me, she didn't really know how they were affecting me, but they did. And so I don't sing in front of people. It's something that's very, uncomfortable to me. So getting to know artists on how they do it and how they go about doing it and how they get over their traumas and their fears and was something that I really wanted to know. I was a bartender at a local bar, and I actually was let go from there because I was so high up, and then I was making all their marketing, but their difference of an opinion. Anyway, long story short, I was ended up let go. I quit. Both completely agreed that we didn't want to be together anymore as like employee or whatever, which led me to not having a job. And I had 3 kids. I have 3 kids. Sorry. And
you've had 3 kids.
I've had 3 kids.
Where'd they go?
They're still here. 11, 6, and almost 3. So,
tell me how you got rid of them, please.
School, daycare for the time being, for the next 5 hours. So this made me lose my house. We were living out of my truck. And so like we had to find something immediately to where I could make money. So I started doing marketing promotional videos. I was not very good at it. I'm still not that great at it. But I've, was playing with the program with the bar, and so I started selling them for $50. And we had to make 4 videos a day in order to pay for the hotel, the food that we needed. Mommy smoked cigarettes, so we had to do all that. And so what this did was this introduced me to 4 artists or businesses a day. So my relationships started to grow tremendously, but I was only one person.
Right.
Everybody kept wanting videos, and my video, I could, it takes almost an hour to 2 hours to fully invest into a really good video. They are very tedious.
I can agree with that.
This led to me trying to find a different way to get involved with the artist. So I wanted to take my phone into a local bar and just sit there at the bar and record myself with the artist. A girlfriend of mine calls me, Miss Holly Sears. She is a main sponsor of the StreamYard, the morning chat. She provides all of this for me to be able to do what I do with the interviews and the morning chats and so forth. She runs around Winter Haven Neighbors and around Lakeland Neighbors. She helped me get this started on this platform and put my idea into fruition and into works. It has grown tremendously from the first interview with Dara Tanner, and now we have a full-blown event that we put on for these artists. And not only that, but we're looking to do traveling interviews and stuff like that. So
Now let me ask you this. So you mentioned that you have like a full production team.
Yes.
Now, for me, my production team consists on a very skeletal crew, as in I'm the production team for the most part. Okay.
Right.
I do have a oh God, what's her title? Oh, she's gonna be so mad. Chewy Rocks is the executive producer of the channel, so her job is to find leads, find stories, keep me on budget, stuff like that.
Right.
Keep me with the show going.
Right.
Doing that for years, So, what I do, a lot of this stuff is a lot of it is on me to get the book, the interviews and stuff like that, which again, I've been doing it for years.
Right.
So with you, I mean, is it hard for you to sort of get the interviews that you want, or are these guys sort of like just clamoring to be on any type of show they can find?
Well, I think it does.
Or do they take you seriously about it, though?
They do very much take me seriously. They take their bands seriously. And they, everybody wants to be appreciated for what they do. And you the work and the effort into things, and you're not like, again, in my sense, you feel like you're not being watched. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody wants that chance to be noticed,
That'd be kind of creepy if I was watched.
I mean, but my team is amazing. I could not do what we do without them. Do I bring the interviews in? Absolutely. Do I talk to the artist and recruit people to come in and do the morning chats with me, to do the monthly interviews? And the monthly interviews are booked for the whole year. So yes, it can be hard. They do question you. But like I said, I've been doing this since last January, not this past January, but the January before last. And I've worked up a lot of friendships within this time. And the reason I have so many friendships is because I honor them, and I continue to promote for them, even though I don't get paid for it.
Right.
None of this do I get paid for. And so that is why, we've critiqued the interviews to be able to start selling tickets, because, we do have a big amount of people that come out. Paul Bryan's been with me since, Music for Mamas, and so has Danielle, and Holly has been with me from the very beginning. And Leo has came in. Leo's live in Lakeland. He is amazing, offering the venue, and we have a great group of people. Dennis with sound. We've got so many people that come together. Barbarazzi with the photos. It is to make these artists feel and know that they are appreciated. We have these small businesses that come together because, one, they're just now getting started, and Paul's been doing this for years, was in a band before, and did it then, and he loves doing it, and he's going back to school to learn more. I mean, is he at the top of the line, like the best editor in the world? No, but he has the strive to do so. He has that strive to climb that mountain and be the best, and that's the most important thing. Danielle makes sure she comes out every single time and tries to keep the energy balanced. Like, she is our person that we count on to make sure that every feeling is accounted for. She works our body, mind, and soul project. She's our spiritualist, our permaculturalist.
Spiritualist?
Yes, she is amazing. We attack an avenue because we have artists. When you get on stage and you get off stage, there's an energy exchange. When you're on stage, especially when you're a medalist too, as well, you're on stage and you're screaming, right? And then you get off stage and you've got this adrenaline rush and you just want to get back on stage and continue to scream. So she comes out and she helps. She brings her own business out, which is Celebrate Self. So she has books, recipes, all kinds of information to keep yourself healthy and your energy healthy. So we have her come out. So then that way we have a family dinner with the artist at each interview. We provide a family dinner and we serve you, because it is something very big to me and my team, that we show you from our family to yours, that you are very appreciated and loved.
Can I mention something to you? I mean, this might strike a chord, or it might hurt, or whatever the case may be. And I'm sorry to say this, but when I was with the BRN, and mind you, I go back to saying this, but I use this as a reference. We're doing a 4-hour show, right? And then we normally scheduling with 20 minutes as an interview. Depending on how the interview is going, it could go plus or minus. So therefore, you take it as a host, long or short, right?
Right.
Now, the thing that I've seen in production is that, yes, they do have catering companies that would come in and do that. But for you, like for me, right, because this is a thoughtless environment and a thankless environment, and people don't really sit there and go, oh, yeah, you did a great job, whatever.
Right.
Now, why do you feel, amongst what you said, which I hear you, but why do you feel you have to do all this stuff to get them in the bar? I.e., when I was with the other, without the other channel, all we did was get coffee and donuts. And 9 times out of 10, in fact, 100% of the time, the celebrities that would come in, right, i.e. Gallagher, i.e. ICP.
I think you're missing the whole idea.
No. Well, here's my point. All we did was provide coffee and donuts, and that's it. And they were happy. So my question is to you is this. If you're bringing on a local band that has no stardom or no, higher up credentials, okay, let's just take that in perspective, right?
Right.
And you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote your brand through catering or whatnot, right? Couldn't there be, like, for example, you bring them in the bar, you put a couple signs up, Bob's your uncle, there you go.
Not my cup of tea.
but I'm saying if you wanted to, you could spend a lot less
If I
on
wanted
promotional stuff for you. So that way, when you bring the band in, okay, because now you're sounding like a PR person instead of like a show host. When you bring the band in, now you can give away material that promotes your brand instead of spending like hundreds of thousands
on
of dollars on food.
on materialistic things.
No,
Yeah.
not materialistic things. Like
Yes.
for example, if you
Sure.
go to a website and if
Yes.
you order like 400 pins that says
I don't want
Osmond
that.
Entertainment,
I don't
right?
want that.
I'm just,
You're gonna
I'm giving-
take that pen home and you're gonna fucking lose it.
Who cares?
Yeah, I care.
But the
You-
point
you're
is, do you think that all these people that do conventions and Comic Cons and make business cards and blah 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 blah, do you really think they care about what you're going to do with that? No. The
No.
idea is that you're putting your name on there.
They don't care.
That's
That's
what I'm saying.
the
But you're-
problem.
I know, but you're
They
putting
don't-
your name on there,
Right, but
so that way that's the whole
No.
point.
No, I see. I built up to this point. We do what we do for a reason. It is a reason. We want to make you and show you that you are appreciated.
They
And
already
in-
know that.
N-
You realize
no,
that, don't you?
No, they don't. They don't know that because one, community is a big thing, and it just because I would much rather have the community come out and have a family meal and all sit and be involved in this interview and get to know these people on a different level. And when you come out to the event, I so promise, you're not going to leave and be like, even if there's only 5 fucking people there, you're going to have the time of your life. Do you want to know why? Because we catered to you. We did.
Listen, I
We
get
catered
that.
to
I
your
get that.
upbringing. I don't care about the money that's spent in it.
But you have
I
to.
don't care. No, I don't care about that.
Well, you just
Because that's
said
always-
earlier. Hold on. You
you-
just said earlier that you were living in your car and you're
Right.
trying to hold on. You're trying to raise. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from at this point. Okay, because it's not a heated discussion. It's not an argument or anything like that. These shows are not designed to get mad at each other for anything. Okay, so my point is this: you're spending like you have a red line. Okay,
Right.
of what your budget is. Okay.
Yes.
Now, just like me, I have a budget. I have a red line. Okay.
Right.
I know what I can spend. And I know what I cannot spend. Okay.
Right.
Now, here's my point. You are trying to develop your own brand. Let's just get that on the table right now. Okay. Hold on.
developed
From
my own brand.
let's just call it logistically the way it is. From when you started being live on the air
Yes.
up until this point, you are developing your brand. I'm still developing my brand,
right.
even 3 years later. Okay.
Right.
So here's my point. Let's say you have X amount of dollars that you can spend petty cash, okay, that you're bringing in from your advertisers, your supporters, and whatnot. Okay.
Right.
Now, if you're spending $30,000, let's just say, on a meal for these local guys that really are just looking for any piece of breadcrumb they could have thrown their way, because let's be serious about this. In the music industry, like I've witnessed, these guys, they don't really care about all that stuff. Okay, hold on. What they care about is getting their music on the air. Okay, getting their band played and getting the visuals. Okay, the whole culinary and all the other bullshit is a side factor. Okay, that's they may remember you that way, but then they'll forget you the same way. Okay,
I don't think so.
and that's why I'm going back to saying, okay, well, let me just put it like this. How come I keep on repeating the same commercials about the Patreon? Is it because I want to build it? Yes. Is it because I want to advertise it? Yes. Are people
Right.
going to remember me? No. Are they going to remember the Patreon with all the good interviews? Yes. That's
Did you
the
cook
point.
them a good meal?
I
did
don't
they
need
sit
to
down
cook them a
and
good
have
meal.
really-
Listen,
Yeah,
I don't-
you would be surprised. You would be so surprised. Okay, you go out to an event, right? Randomness, right? They have mediocre coffee with your mediocre donuts, and you don't judge. It's just, it is what it is. It's a meeting. It's another meeting. That's all
No,
it is.
it's another. It's not a meeting. It's a show.
all it is.
You don't know. You are listen. You are producing a show.
Right.
Okay. Your job, if you're going to act like a producer, right? This is how a producer acts in general. And you can ask any other PR person that you talk to, any company that you talk to, the schematics are the same thing. Okay? Your job, if you're doing the producing, is to get that band on the stage. Okay? Now, does it include but not limited catering? That's up to you.
That is not the whole point.
Then what is the point? Is it the point to super serve them? That way they remember you? No.
Even if the artist does get on stage, they're on stage for like an hour and a half, and that's it.
So that's what they want. That's all they care about.
No, that's not what all they care about.
Do you realize that every person that we had on the show,
every artist gives a fuck about someone coming up and going, "Why do you play? Why do you do this? Why do you continue to put your emotions in on this level and keep building? Why do you keep
but that's
coming
not even
back
what I'm talking about.
But that is what they want. They don't want it. It's not the only thing that they want is to get on stage. That's not it. They want
because they're building their brand.
Right. Every person from this point, Matthew said, "You're wrong."
Oh yeah, Matthew. Hey, Matthew. Go ahead and say that. I don't know which Matthew it is. Probably.
I don't know. Here, I'll put it down up at the bottom.
But what I'm saying is that, and the people that I've dealt with, and the celebrity status that I've dealt with, okay, whether it be bands or actors or whoever it is, okay, it's all the same thing. They don't give a shit about what is in there to eat or nothing like that.
I think that
they give it no.
I think you're wrong. I think you're so wrong. You are so wrong. Because if you come out to an event, right? You come out to an event that is catered towards you. Yeah. From the food, the decorations, everything is catered around what you wanted and what you're doing. Yeah. So I am throwing a huge personal party to be able to get to know them individually. Not only am I doing that, but I'm selling tickets to their friends, their family, the community, and having them come on live with me to ask them why. Why do you continue? And then after they do, then they get to perform for us. So we get to see that emotion up front, in person, right in front of our face. And they get recorded doing it. It's not all about materialistic things. It doesn't matter.
I'm not talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about the budget that you have. I'm talking about
my budget
what you're
has
spending.
nothing to do with anybody else. I work for everything that I get.
Did I say that?
Sponsor? No, I know. But you want to know something? I've done this my way from get-go, and I like it this way. I love it this way because I get to cater to people and show them love and give them gift giving. That is my love language.
And that's fine.
So,
that's fine.
No, it is great. And that's what sets me aside from every other fucking producer out here. Every other producer can do it their fucking way. You go right ahead.
Yeah. I have no problem. I have no problem doing what you do. What you got to do. What makes you happy. That's fine. I'm just saying in general. 9 times out of 10, right? Unless you're an old school, the people that I've dealt with, the higher acts, the higher celebrity status, like for people that have been in the studio, 9 times out of 10, you don't even walk in the green room to say hi. You just go get them, bring them in the studio.
That's dumb as fuck.
It's a celebrity status.
Unhuman. It's who cares? So just because you're a celebrity, you got to be unhuman?
It happens. It happens. Hold on. Here's a story for you. Hold on. Here's a story for you. We had back in the day. I can't think of the guy's name, but he used to be a Buccaneer football player. And now I think he's with 102.5, I believe. Black guy. I can't think of the guy's name. But anyways, he came in, right? And he has this huge, like for himself, the celebrity status deal, right? We put him in the green room or the office at the time. And, you know, hey, listen, we'll be with you in just a second, blah, 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 yada, yada. No big deal. Cool, right? So then we had a big whodunit in the production room between two of the producers. And this guy saw it because he was scheduled to be on the air in like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so. And he saw it and saw the outburst for like 30 minutes and said, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing this. And we're like, listen, it's just an argument. No big deal. No, I can't take this. This is too much for me. I just want to go on the air and just do my thing. I don't need to be catered. I don't need nothing like that. And you guys are just going ape shit crazy. I'm done. And that's what he went to. But that's what I'm saying. And over the years, I have dealt with people like that. Gallagher, I dealt with like that because he didn't want a mentally handicapped person interviewing him on camera. Okay? So it's not, I can guarantee you, I can put my hand on the Bible, I can guarantee you that these artists, they are like that. They don't care about what catering or whatever that you do. They make, that's great. But in the long run, they just want their stuff played. They want to play on stage.
You can't sit there and say every artist. You can't do that.
Did I say every artist?
Well, these artists. So yes, you kind of generated them together. I don't care that, you know, what they take, what they go, you know, my biggest thing is when they leave there, they say, Christy, you know what? You did a lot of work. Thank you so much for putting in the effort to do
And
this.
how many times has people told you that?
Normally by the end of the night, everyone.
No. So
There has
but I'm
only
saying,
been one person that I can calculate within the whole last year that was extremely rude to me. And I just kind of ignored it the whole night. Like, was just like, you know what? How dickish could you be? This would be like me throwing a private party for you that you knew about, but you didn't really know the details, right? So me throwing a private party for you and you coming in and being like, oh, that was a lame party. Like,
that was a lame party. I'm sorry.
Who says that?
I
Who
do.
does that?
Okay, so here's typically how it goes, because I've produced a lot of different shows for a lot of different companies over the years. You know, high-ranking companies, you know, Fortune 500 companies, doesn't matter. Here's how it typically goes, and this is the God honest truth, and I'm telling you exactly how it goes in this business. Okay, 9 times out of 10, all right, they will put you in a green room, which is basically a room, just like a pre-room for you to chill out, listen to the show. If there's any food there that they want to produce, then that's there. 9 times out of 10, it's just like coffee and donuts, right? Mm-hmm. So they will be in the green room until the person on the air brings them onto the air, because the reason why they're bringing them on the air is not to talk about how good the food was, not to talk about how good everything else was. It's to talk about what they're in there to talk about, in which, for this case, is to sing and dance and whatever else they want to do.
Right. So my thing is that I don't want cattleness. That is so cattle.
That's not being cattle. That's
that
called
is being so cattle. You're going to go to this room and
I'm saying that's not being cattle. That's called being budgeting. Okay, because if you're going to spend, let's just say on an average production catering, it costs anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 on a normal production, right? So if you want to save money because you want to do it because you want them to talk about it.
You're missing.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, in the budget scheme of things, if you want to save money, that way you can do other things for your show to improve your show.
It's not about the money.
It's all about the money.
No, it's not about the money.
How do you think I got here? How do you think I got here without spending the money with the board?
See, this is the thing. My rent is $13.50 a month. that I barely cover that within a month's time with everything that I do on here. Why do I continue to do it? Because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in
And
the
that's
faith.
fine. You have a
and the
passion.
human- right. But it doesn't matter. Money comes from everywhere. If you know how to manifest your shit right, it comes from everywhere. You understand? The money can come in from Joe Blow Smo, Aunt Sally over here. But when
So where's your Learjet at?
but I don't need one.
I do. I have one in Tampa TIA.
You know, if I needed a pilot, Miguel, can you give me a call? I have my people underneath me. If I need something, I can make it happen.
It sounds like you have like a full production, like you're making. Like I got to get with what you're doing because it sounds like you're making bank.
You want to know what it is? It's not money. It's community and friendship. That is what I do. I promote people for free so we can make an even trade. You want to help me? I'll help you. If we could make a little bit of money doing it, it's going to be great, and we're going to be a team at the end of it. Yes.
Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I say this, but unfortunately, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it's 50-50. It doesn't always work that way.
You know what?
Because I
can build a multi-million-dollar company off of love. I'm going to sit here and be like, I told you so, bull.
And that's
you
fine.
want to know something? And it will happen because love gets you so much further than whatever the fuck everybody else is doing. I promise you, I've only been doing this for a year now. And I've got my production guy. I've got Miss Danielle. I've got Barbarazzi Photos. I've got Leo's Live. I've got more people behind me than anybody. And the thing is that they come out for me and what we're trying to do.
So let me ask you this, though. At the end of the day, right, at the bottom of the barrel, when you look at your receipts and your bills and all that stuff like that,
right?
How much are you pulling in?
That doesn't matter.
Oh my God! Why does it doesn't matter?
That doesn't matter.
Oh my God! You can't just sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to do an operation because I'm a neurosurgeon, but I'm going to do it for free. That doesn't work in this industry.
You know what? It does work in this industry. And the fact that people think that it doesn't work in this industry, that's where everybody's fucked up at. See,
I'm saying that because, I'm saying that from experience.
How much am I going to make? How much is this going to bring in? How much? I mean, our last event cost me $3,000.
And a lot of that could be.
I generated 115. What was it? 1,500 from it. So I ended up coming out of pocket 1,500. But you want to know something? It was the most gorgeous event that I've ever seen. It was beautiful. The way everybody,
which is fine. But then also comes into mind of budgeting. What you can and cannot do to stay afloat. Are you going to sit there and spend?
I will always stay afloat because love will always
Okay,
win.
then fine. Then do this for me. I want you to produce this show, and I want you to start producing gigs for me here in Tampa, and I want you to do the full gig. Okay, here's what we'll do. If that's the thought process, for me to sit here and promo the show, and promo this show, okay, on average, it'll cost between $500 to $600, depending on what time you're doing it at. So, in my mind, right, if you're going to sit there and state that, then here's what I want you to do. For me to sit there and talk about the show and promo the show and stuff like that, and putting it into the program, and again, nothing against you, so don't take this personally. My point is this. I would like you, in reference to what I'm doing, I would like you to produce this grand old concert show, full board, right? I will be there. I'll have Matt the Savior there. I have Mark the bartender there, and I'll have a couple other guests in there. Okay, but I want you. But why do I have to buy a ticket if I'm going to be there?
I'm feeding you, bitch. That's why.
Man, listen, I am the guest. Why do I have to buy a ticket because I'm a guest?
No.
Oh my God! If you were to tell me that I have to hold on. If you're producing a show and you tell the guest that the person that's supposed to be making this money for you and all this profit, blah blah blah, yada yada, and you're going to charge them a ticket, what the hell?
Are you
I would sit
eating
there
or
and tell
not?
you, sorry
Do you
about your
want
luck, kid.
donuts and
Pack
coffee,
in.
or do you want a full-grown meal?
I don't give it.
I'm
Listen,
wondering.
I am not going to sit there and be a guest on somebody's show and pay for a ticket.
You don't have to be a guest. You're the one that offered to come out. Not
No,
you.
No. See, that's where you misunderstood me. I said it like this. I said, since you can produce all this stuff, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm sitting here producing hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing for you by doing live deals on the air and stuff like that. Okay. Now, in retrospect, in return for me doing that, I asked you, can you produce what you just talked about?
But the thing of it is that is a two-way street. You may be promoting my channel on your side, but
that's not the point. The point is,
wait. Let me finish. But I am also promoting you on my site, so that is an even trade there, sir.
But the point is that you just said that if I'm going to be there as your guest, okay, as you're promoting, listen to me. If I'm going to
hold on, is the artists.
Hold on, listen to me. Take that out of your equation. Okay, any guest, I don't care who it is. Call James Brown for all I care. Okay,
I don't care if it was James Brown. He'd still pay $50.
Why does the guest have to pay $50?
Because that is the way nobody.
No, it does not. You don't sit there and have an actor. Listen, you don't have an actor come on your film.
How do you think? First of all, no.
Okay,
the
here.
only
Okay,
person that is the guest on that show is the artist.
I'm going to tell you a story here. I was, before we go to break, I'm up against words here. By the way, when we go on break, don't forget to take a look at the channel. I'm going to show a very exclusive video of me at the BRN, and it's called Monstergate with me and Bubba. So stay tuned to that when we go on break. But going back to what I'm saying is that your thoughts are not askew. Okay, to me, when you look at it logistically and production wise, I think your thoughts are a little askew, and here's why. I was doing a film with a producer here in Tampa, a director, producer, and actor, and I did the casting role, and I got the people to come on the air, or not the air, but the movie and film and blah blah blah. This particular girl, the director wanted a shot of her ass. So, okay, cool. I make sure she was okay with that and blah, blah, blah. She knew all this stuff. So then it came into promotions, right? As in radio promotions. And I was contacted by the same director. I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah, bring him on. So I got a call from the actress. And she goes, oh, you're going to have me on the air? I said, yeah. Are you cool with that? This is the day, this time, whatever. Oh, yeah, I'm cool. But can you pay me? I said, what? You go, yeah, I want $500 to be on the air. I said, fuck that. You can go find somewhere else to go do it. Because let me tell you like this. There is nobody, whether you're doing production, whether you're doing radio, whatever the case may be, there is no artist that is going to pay artist, host, it doesn't matter if they're on their show or if they're even a live event, they are going to pay to be on that particular platform. If you're bringing somebody on, that is your golden person. That is the person that you want to make sure on stage they have everything they need to perform. Because if you would have told me that, like if you would have said, "Hey, Bull, I got you booked for this thing, this venue in Clearwater, right? It's going to be 100,000 people, and you can do a live show over there. Cool, great, no big deal, right?" And you go, "Well, you have to pay to get in."
Listen.
I'd be like, "Sorry about your luck, kid."
If you go to a concert, you gonna go to that concert for free?
As a guest, you're gonna pay for it, obviously, but not as the person performing.
You're not performing, and you're not my guest.
Oh my God! I'm talking about hypotheticals here.
Is my artist, and my artists are the only ones that get in for free. My sponsors.
That's what I just said.
But
right,
I'm not.
We gotta take a break. I'm up against words.
I've got to go.
Just trying to stay on schedule. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to cut you.
We've got to wrap this up on my end. So we've actually hit our time limit for the morning.
Oh, did we? Okay. I didn't know if it was 2 hours or not. All right. So stay tuned. I'm going to play the clip from the BRN if you want to take a look at that. Christina Osmond, it's been a wonderful time for you to be on the show.
Always.
Listen, don't think that we're back and forth like we're angry at each other. We're not. You do things your way, I do things my way, and somehow it meets right there in the middle.
It will always.
But thank you so much, as always. Don't forget, next Tuesday at 9 a.m., it's going to be the Bulls Radio Lounge takeover for Osmond Entertainment. All you need to know is just go to Facebook.com and just search Osmond Entertainment for your nonstop shopping for everything. Shirts, hats, T-shirts, culinary. If you want a lobster dinner, she'll put you on stage for that and still charge you at the same time. Don't forget to check out Tuesday's show as well at 9 o'clock, the Social Reload Show. Belly should be starting the show here soon with his political talk. So stay tuned for that. A lot more to come in the coming days from Bulls Radio Lounge. Thank you so much for joining us. Osmond Entertainment. Christina Osmond, thank you so much for joining the show as well.
Yes, sir. Always.
Kind of playing basket case from Green Day. Kind of goes along with it. All right, I am Bull. Thank you so much. Christine, you have anything else to go along?
No. I guess we'll see you on Tuesday next week. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Again, I am Bull. This is Bull's Radio Lounge. We'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That was a Bull with a Bull's Radio Lounge. He is a old producer from 93.3 FLZ. He used to produce with Bubba the Love Sponge when Power Pig. He is amazing. Great guy. Definitely should get to know him. Anyway, he doesn't mean too much with all his little he likes that whole radio conversation stuff. So anyway, we will be back tomorrow. I believe we have, let's see, I want to put it up here. This one. Let's see if I can show this. That's Friday. Okay, I'm wrong. Just kidding. That was Fridays. Okay, so tomorrow, Thursday, we have the morning chat with Banjo Steve. We are going to be doing the acoustic artist interview at Plan B Bar in Lake Alfred. If you need more information for that, please contact me. The number is 863-329-3009. And I can let you know the information. It is at noon on Friday, the 10th of March. Banjo Steve at Plan B Bar in Lake Alfred. We will be meeting up there, having lunch with him, and doing a live interview with a small performance too as well. So if you ain't got anything to do Friday at lunchtime, come out to Plan B Bar in Lake Alfred and come hang out with us. I do appreciate you guys for watching this morning. We will be back tomorrow morning with Mr. Banjo Steve. I said that really fast, kind of like with a redneck accent. It's kind of cool. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in for me and Bull's takeover of Osmond Entertainment Morning Chat. We will be back tomorrow morning at 8:30 with some live music, and then the live will start at 9. We will do probably, I want to say maybe about 10 minutes of live music after this. So if you want to stay tuned, I am going to play, let's see here. I think I'm going to do a little bit of Get Out of Nashville with Rapid Decay, some Deliverage Collide by Ocean's End, and I Should Have Known by Project 9. So I think we'll do those 3 songs. If you can, go check out the bands, give them a like, a share, like their page. These guys are working really hard to get their music out there. So we'll do Project 9, Ocean's End, and what did I say? Oh, Rapid Decay. So we're going to lead off with Rapid Decay. This is Get Out of Nashville. They are an amazing band. They will be at our vet event on July 4th for our honoring benefit for the vets. So That is at Leo's Live. If you didn't see that promotion that we played in the beginning, I will play it again during their song too as well. Love your faces. Y'all have a good day.
falls on me. The only love sensory begging for a way out of my own mind. Listen, you falls on me. The only love sensory begging for a way. It isn't you falls on me. The only love sensory begging for a way out of my own mind. It isn't you falls on me. The only love sensory begging for a way out of my own mind. Is it forever? Are we doing this together? Or just the time for you to change your mind? I see you waiting and your thoughts are racing, but I am not about to cross that line. Do you remember when we started this? I'm just as good as I was back then. So if you're waiting, then just keep on standing in line. 'Cause you're not gonna stay, and I ain't gonna change. Doesn't it show? It's our time waste away. All I've gotta say, you should have known. You should have known. There's no reason to be insincere, 'cause I don't care what you want to hear. If it's a game, we can end it all right now.